right. Have you ever dreamed of starting your own healthcare businesses, but didn't know where to begin? Many nurses have incredible skills, compassion, and clinical experience, but turning that into a successful business can feel overwhelming. Tonight, we're talking with the nurse who took that leap of faith and built her own healthcare company. If you ever wonder what it takes to become a healthcare entrepreneur, you won't want to miss this conversation. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Nurse Founder Forum Tuesday live chat series. I am your host, Christopher Wycoco, founder and chairman of the Nurse Founder Forum. Our mission is to educate, connect, and empower nurses and allied healthcare professionals who want to build businesses, create impact, and leave a lasting legacy as we also focus on healthcare, entrepreneurship, but most of all, we want to be the pillar for mental health. Tonight, I am excited to welcome no other than Grace Owoseni, founder of Kando Elite Health.
Hi, everyone. My name is Grace. It's a pleasure
Mhm.
to be on the platform today. How
Yeah,
are you
thank
all
you.
doing?
Yeah, there you go, guys. If you are listening in different states, and please type in the comment section where you are and put what you do, right? Whether you are a med spa owner, home health, hospice, and what professions. It doesn't need to be healthcare. It could be IT teacher. It doesn't matter because we are all over the globe. So, Grace, thank you so much for your time. I know your time is very valuable. How is it going today?
Very well. Thank you so very much, Grace. It's a pleasure to be
Mhm.
on your platform.
Part of our organization is women empowerment, but before anything else, to talk about your business, can tell us a little bit about your background and your school.
Absolutely. So, like I said, my name is Grace. I've been a registered nurse in the beautiful state of Texas for a little over 10 years now. Um, my background started off in the home health industry where I would go into people's homes and provide nursing care services to them. I did that for a little bit of time, after which I transitioned into the hospital side of bedside. A lot of my experience ranged from medical surgical units as well as rehabilitation, orthopedics, and trauma. And currently, I am on utilization review, working with insurance to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that patients get the care that they really need. And also on the flip side, I'm getting into entrepreneurship just to learn about
Mm-hmm.
business and do and learn more.
Yeah,
So,
that's yeah. I mean, we're both. I used to be orthopedic OR and
mhm.
ER ER nurse. Yeah, I started my company because my grandmother she was an entrepreneur. She has a store. Do you
Mm,
have any inspiration of starting your own business?
absolutely. I come from a lineage of people who are also business minded, siblings and parents as well, who value business and creating legacy. Entrepreneurship is all about creating something, not for just this generation, but for generations to come after us. So, and that's why I do it.
Yes, and then of all the, have you tried any business venture before this one?
I have, yes. Just sold, buying and selling, getting myself
Mm-hmm.
familiarized with what business is all about. But it's different with healthcare, and I'm open to learning more about what it's all about.
Yeah, because for me, I started all the way to the Philippines. I don't know if you started ever since college. I'm
Right.
we're, we're selling, right, and it hurts to get rejected.
hmm
What do you think? What do you think should be the perspective for people getting rejected on business or sales? Is it something that means failure?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I think it's needed. It's good for you
Mm-hmm.
to be rejected because it helps you go back to the board and say, okay, this person said X, Y, and Z to me. How can I correct it? How can I convince them to be on my side? If you think
Mm-hmm.
about it, it's like a sales rep. We see them
Yes.
everywhere, Costco, Walmart, trying to convince you to buy the stuff. If you're not good enough to tell me why I should buy that pen, then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
walk away. But the good thing is that it takes you back to the board and say, okay, what can I do better? What do I not
Better.
have to do? And it's just a matter of learning and unlearning and relearning certain things. So
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that the relearning, because rejection is also redirection. That
Absolutely.
it's yeah, I usually consider it like a constructive feedback.
Hmm.
And then it's who inspired or what inspired you to start your business here?
So, a lot of things I would say, but for me, more it's more like building that gap that happens usually when I work with patients who are getting discharged from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
There's that gap that occurs in transitioning from a patient that is being discharged to a whole new individual who is now independent. And now, when you're going through discharge paperwork, you're just giving brief information, and then we wrap it up with if there are any other emergencies, call 911. You've
Mm-hmm.
the medication list, you've done everything you can do, but in the mind of the patients, they just have a lot of questions like, what happens? How do I transition? What am I going to do? Chances are, say for example, there's someone who comes in for a heart surgery. Now they have a new heart, they have a new wound, they have possibly new medications.
Mm-hmm.
And in their head they're thinking, well, how am I going to get through all of this? And so I thought, well, that would be it'll be good to have a personal nurse that's like, providing that continuity of care. Because at the hospital, you have
Mm-hmm.
nurses, you have PTs, you have patient care technicians who are all working with you. But now when you're home, it's just you by yourself. And the biggest form of luxury for any newly discharged patients is to have their own private duty nurse that's
Mm-hmm.
right at their call. You have 24/7 access to this person, and we're more than willing and happy to serve you to make sure that you transition effectively from that newly discharged person to a whole being. And
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This when did you start? So let's talk about your business. I love the name Kando. It's very on brand. Kando Elite Health. Tell me more about this. How when did you start?
sure. So I started September of 2025, and it has
Mm-hmm.
Kando because it's a combination of the initials of both of my children, and it means so much to
Mm.
me because when I look at
Mm-hmm.
them, I'm like, okay, I would, if I were to be a patient or I have any of my family members, being in the hospital, I'd love for them to receive the same kind of care that I would be
Mm-hmm.
giving. And
Yeah.
the name is very special for me, and the services that we
Mm-hmm.
provide also, it helps me to keep in mind to say, well, if that patient were to be my parent or my family members, how would I treat them? How would I want another person
Mm-hmm.
to treat any of my family members? And that's the ultimate tagline, the goal that keeps ringing
Mm-hmm.
in everyone that I work with. I want to make sure that I provide top-notch services to them, so that what you give, you get back. So that's my
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
true
why.
because yeah, even the our why usually our family, like my why actually uh, have so many clients about they're naming their companies either home health, hospice, infusion
Mhm,
therapist, med spa to the name of their children. And because it's also like reminder for us why we are doing what we are doing right now.
mhm.
Have you always been in Dallas or you started in a different state?
I started in Dallas. This is
In
home for.
Dallas.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the I know starting a business, they said this is the road less traveled. What are the current challenges that you're facing as an entrepreneur?
Whew, let's see. So
Where do we
it's
start?
right. Where do we start?
Right.
For me, I would say it's more of having to wear all of the different hats.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a startup and growing a small business, you're the CEO, you're the operations manager, you're the social media
Mm-hmm.
person, you're the sales. You're having to wear
Yeah.
all of these hats. So when
Yeah.
you wake up at 6 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
you put on one hat, and then by 2 p.m. you're also putting on another one. And I think it's very challenging, but it's also very rewarding in the
Rewarding.
sense that you're learning and you're gaining a vast knowledge of, oh, say if I try it this way, it doesn't work. Okay, I can always try it another way. And if that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work, the good news is I can do it another way until you find what works for you. Um, but challenging, but we can't stop. We have to keep going because
Mm-hmm.
you already started it, you're already 1 foot in, you might as well keep going. And business entrepreneurship is very beautiful. It's
Mm-hmm.
challenging, but very rewarding in the end.
Yeah, it's always a trade-off, right? That's what we are saying. It's people see us, oh, this is the epitome of success. But what I recommend to everybody, we just grow parallel. Everybody have their own success. I don't really encourage somebody to start a business if they don't like doing business or if they don't love. And I also don't like entrepreneur to have to go back to the employment if there's just a temporary hurdle. And like what you said, guys, before we even are here, Grace is excuse herself because she's has to work. So yeah, I believe in wearing different hats. You're learning different things in different department, but eventually you would be able to use that in hiring people because you
Mm-hmm.
would know the basic standard on how to do care, especially us on the healthcare. We want tender, loving care, right?
Right.
So do you have what is the different services of of the Kando Elite Health?
Sure. So,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much we do nursing care services right in the comfort of your home. And
Mm-hmm.
we also provide IV infusion. Say you're wanting to focus on beauty or re energizing or boosting your energy up, or just simple hydration right in the heat of Texas summer now. And the heat wave going on, you just want to rehydrate and you want that beautiful glow. We're more than happy to service you. Either you're at home, in your office,
Mm-hmm.
gyms, wherever you want to, we'll come right to you.
Yes, that's very popular, especially in the Philippines. In the infusion, do you guys, your office is located where? Like Dallas is in different cities. What city you are?
Good. Okay, I'm mobile, and I'm up north in North Texas,
Okay.
servicing Frisco, Little McKinney.
Mm-hmm. Downtown Dallas, you go Plano, all of those. Oh yeah. So do you operate 7 days a week or you have a day off?
Currently, I do Monday through Fridays.
Monday to Friday. Yes, because you still have to be your superwoman for kids. I
Right.
know, I know. But sometimes the kids are also part of the business.
Absolutely. Yeah, you better catch them young.
Yeah, like I have a friend that she does online selling.
Uh-huh.
And the kids are doing the digital media and then also helping with the inventory.
Yes, I think that's very encouraging because it also helps them to build a sense of entrepreneurship, which
Mm-hmm.
we need to start very early, not to
Mm-hmm.
overwhelm them or burden them, but to just give them a bit of learning what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Yes, and it takes. They said you need to educate rather than just give, because
Hmm.
if you give somebody a fish, he will eat for today. But if you
Right.
teach your kids how to fish, they will eat for a lifetime. Like it's really a sense of responsibility and also accountability that, and not everything comes easy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And that's what my mom always told me, or my grandmother. My grandmother doesn't know how to read or write, but I get used to, she knew how to count. And that
Right.
was so amazing about her, because and also because I've been helping her, I started to have this mold that, oh, there's another way of making money aside from working. And she
Mm-hmm.
was able to raise her kids, the her 5 kids, including my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why your journey remind us that entrepreneurship is not just about making money. It's
Mm-hmm.
about solving problems, serving people, and creating opportunities. A specific infusion. In the Philippines we have B12. What are the different type of infusion you offer?
Sure. So we have the Myers infusion, and that would be the saline product itself, as
Mm-hmm.
well as a combination of vitamin glutathione as well for
Magluta? Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Zofran for when you have those nausea, uh,
Mm-hmm.
taurine as well for like better absorption.
Mm-hmm.
Different infusions that you might want based on what you're going through, or if you're recovering from a hangover, so you've had a fun weekend and
Mm-hmm.
to recover. You know, we have it all. Just come on by.
Yeah. So the session typically lasts like less than 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Each session lasts, I would say about 45 minutes. Oh,
45 minutes. All
yeah.
right. And I think what you were saying, the Asian community, I'm not sure if you're aware, Asian, especially Filipinos, are into glutathione.
Hmm.
And yeah, especially Korean, South Koreans, this is a very popular. It's just like a vitamin C that we have. I actually have it, glutathione, but more like the capsule, because the I think the glutathione injection is it's not really that long here in the US, the infusion, compared than in Asia.
You do it IV push, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
faster absorption rates when you do it IV push versus when you take the pills.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the pills, obviously it has to go through a lot of gut process before it gets absorbed into the bloodstream versus when you do the IV push and then it immediately gets. That's actually one of my bestseller,
Yeah.
and something that I also do for
The-
myself. So I like the results and I encourage it. I'm all for it.
yeah, and also like this can be done like it can also be like a group package, right? I've seen some, they do this like for example they have a gathering with family or friend reunion, they want to have a package for the whole group, right? That's also
Yes.
something they can also use this as a gift, especially in the Asian friends, like for us we do reunion and we were like, okay, what's going on after, especially nurses that they've been working a lot, it's
Mm-hmm.
time to rejuvenate because it detoxifies, right?
Yes, absolutely. So that's actually one, like we call it talks party. So,
Mm-hmm.
or even girls' events. If you have a group of your girlfriends, it's somebody's birthday, you can always say, well, for my birthday, I just want to get like six of my girlfriends together and we're going to get infusions. Hey, I'm your girl for that. Or if you're traveling, something you can get prior to your trip in order to get you
Mm-hmm.
energized, pumped up, have your skin glowing before you go on your vacation. So
Oh,
whatever the occasion is,
before
we
wedding or
mm, as,
graduation, before wedding, yeah, before travel, you you want to be stress free.
right.
Yeah, I've seen that so much, especially like also like a long weekend for vacation, like in Cancun and going back here because they
Mhm.
party a lot. Yeah. Do you offer also like I've seen people that they do it past 8 p.m. I saw like in the bar something just set up this to the IV. You also, what's the operations office hours
So
for
currently
you?
I do Monday through Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
8 to 7 p.m., 8 a.m. to
Eight to
7 p.m.
oh. Mm-hmm. And then they can book you online, or how would they able to get hold of you?
Yeah, so I take bookings on my websites or sending
Mm-hmm.
a DM by Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
or TikTok. So all
Yeah,
of
and
us.
then as we are approaching our final hours, every successful healthcare, that's one thing I love about Nurse Founder Forum in this live chat is hearing real stories from healthcare professionals who had the courage to step outside their comfort zone. So what are the advices that you can give, not just for entrepreneur but being a woman, being immigrant, all these factors, being a nurse, what are the things that you can give as an advice to our listeners?
Sure. So the top, all I can say is just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Because the longer you wait, the longer it's gonna get. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna get any easier. So if we start now, just keep going, learn like we said earlier, learn, unlearn, and then you relearn again. You have to
Mm-hmm.
master what works, what is working, and what's not working, what is working, we focus on and putting our energy into that. What is not working, we cut out the noise and then focus. But the
Mm-hmm.
biggest advice I can say is to do it. I wish I had started um, way before now, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I'm still doing it. And it's going to be a process. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to get done.
That's true. And I'm like, even you have kids. I do really salute you guys for doing multitasking, because you also become a role model to your kids. And that
Mm-hmm.
is not also easy. Being a parent, it's a very noble job. This is also no, you don't get paid overtime. there,
Mm-mm.
there's no overtime. There's so much, or maybe so much headache, and that's why we are here to empower. The Nurse Founder Forum are here to give the resources to the partners that you may be looking for. So again, Grace, let's all give a shout out. How can they find you on Instagram? Is the name Kando Elite Health?
Yes, so on all of
Mhm.
our platforms, socials, Kando Elite Health.
All right, guys, let's support local businesses, because together we are stronger. Thank you so much, Grace. But stay right there. Again, guys, Grace, thank you for sharing your story, your experiences, and your valuable insights with our community. I hope tonight's conversation inspires more nurses and healthcare professionals to realize that entrepreneurship is possible with the right mindset, preparation, and support. If you think about starting or growing your healthcare business, don't do it alone. Join us on July 25, and Grace will be there. She is our proud sponsor, and we would love to have her there. We're going to have fun July 25 here in the heart of Dallas. Join where you'll connect with healthcare founders, industry experts, strategic partners, and business leaders who are building the future of healthcare. If you enjoy tonight's conversation, please like, share, and follow Nurse Founder Forum. Share this live stream with a colleague who has ever dreamed of starting a healthcare business. And one more thing, guys. Also, I mentioned to Grace, we have a sponsor for the Yacht Raffle, so it gets even bigger now. The event itself is packed with more than our sponsors, our partners. We have yoga, we have meditation, we have sound bath, we have burnout leadership. Those workshops, we try to put it as interactive as possible. I'm promising you this will not be boring. Everybody will just crave for more for the next forum. So again, everyone, together we build the next generation of healthcare entrepreneurs. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Have an
Thank you.
amazing day. And your mental health matters. Stay safe.